Hi, Julie Jones from SSB Performance, Smarter, Stronger, Better Mindset Training, here with this week's Mindset Made Simple Tip of the Week. And this week, we're talking about tip number 100, 100 weeks of writing mental performance tips to share with you. And I hope that you found some value in them. A lot of thought, a lot of reading, a lot of study have gone into the things that I share over the past 100 weeks, and I love doing it. What does it all come down to is the question. What's the running theme of the last 100 weeks? We started this in July of 2020. We're all sitting at home with COVID. We didn't necessarily have COVID. We're sitting at home because of COVID. I was doing free workshops for coaches, and I thought, how can I perpetuate this? How can I share information that will help us think about what we need to be doing to reach our best? How can we use our talent and our training to its fullest? Well, the bottom line, as I look back at the 100 or 99 tips that I wrote before this one, a lot of things come down to this. We are our own competition. We are constantly competing against our own choices. We get in our own way. Whether it's the way we think, the way we feel, we're constantly seeking things out to prove that we can't do something. We're afraid. We don't want to get out of our comfort zone. We're worried about what other people think. All of us have our own special way of screwing up the stuff that we are perfectly capable of doing. If you don't find yourself on that list, good for you. Call me. I need to interview you. I need to find out what you're doing, because success leaves clues. But all of us, at some point or another, have screwed up something that we have trained to do and we know that we can do. We've lost confidence. We've second-guessed ourselves. We've talked ourselves out of things. These are daily occurrences in our lives. It's how we're wired. But dealing with those things and managing them, managing ourselves, managing all of the things on the list, make a difference in how we perform. They're all choices. We get to choose the thought in our head. We don't control it. We get to choose what stays there. We get to choose how we react. We get to choose then how we respond. We get to choose how we communicate. We get to choose how we talk to ourselves. We get to choose our routines. We get to choose our habits. We get to choose how we approach things, our perspective. We get to choose the meaning that we assign to things. I think the pitch was bad. You think the pitch was good. The umpire thinks the pitch is what it is. There are so many perspectives we can take. There are so many choices that we make that ultimately decide what happens next. And the key to us using our talent and our training to its fullest is helping us make good choices. But we don't just wake up one day and make great choices. We don't just wake up one day and have the tools to change what we're thinking, or to move from a non-productive thought to a productive thought. We don't wake up one day and say, oh, I'm going to conquer my fears today. I'm going to control this. They take practice, just like every other skill. What's one thing you can do to do that? Well, you could call me. But the other things that we can do is we can have plans, right? Losers have goals, winners have systems. If this, then this. When this, then this. Good routines, pre-performance routines. All the things that we've talked about over the past 100 tips make a difference in moving the needle, in helping us compete, instead of compete against ourselves as an opponent, help us compete against the person we were yesterday to keep moving forward. We are our own competition. We get in our own way. But the cool thing is that we have free will to choose, and we can train ourselves to make better choices. But you know as well as I do, it's hard. I try constantly to instill a breathing routine in my daily routine. Sometimes I'm good at it, sometimes I'm not. I constantly remind myself, I have to remind myself to stick to the task. Is this making me happy? Is this thought making me better? If it's hard for me to do, I know it's hard for those we lead to do. So we have to have systems. We have to have a go-to. We have to remind ourselves constantly that we can do better if we choose the right thing. We are our own competition. We get in our own way. But if we have systems and tools, mental toughness, mental training tools, like the routines and things that we talk about, we can move the needle and get ourselves closer to that peak performance. What do you need to do to get yourself to make better choices? What's that one critical success factor that can make a huge difference in your team or your coaching style or your leadership style or your daily life? I read all of the comments. I read all my tips, obviously, over and over, even after they're gone. I was like, oh, that was a good one. I forgot about that. I'm not doing that anymore. These are reminders weekly, and I hope you're getting something out of them that makes you challenge the way that you think, that helps you become more aware, and that's part of it. Becoming aware of what trips us up allows us to fix that by putting in a new system. If I can help you or your team build those systems, I would love to. This is my passion, and I thank you for reading or listening to or watching the past 99 tips. I hope you'll watch or listen to the next 100. Thank you to those that send little notes that say, good one, Julie. Thank you to the guy that said, take me off the list. This is BS. Because Malcolm X said, if you don't have any critics, you're probably not making any progress, or something like that. That's not an exact quote, but you get the gist of it. And all of you that lead know that there are critics out there, and that's just part of the game. So keep them coming. It keeps me sharp. But in the meantime, what do you need to do to become more aware of how you think and how that affects the way that you feel and how that affects the way that you act and how that affects the way you perform? We know it's important. We just don't give it enough time because we go through life and we think, oh, it's okay, we'll just get past that. But we know we need systems to help ourselves make choices. We compete with our choices every day. Our choices determine our destiny. If I can help your team, please reach out, juliej@ssbperformance.com. Check out 1 through 99 at ssbperformance.com/blog. I hope that you're getting something out of this. Thank you for following me, and give me comments. It helps me decide what to do next. It helps me move forward, and it encourages me, and I hope that these things encourage you. Have a great week. Manage the moments. See you at Tip 101.